The trade war that almost happened just ended. Breaking news. The United States and India have signed a new trade framework. President Trump is claiming a massive victory. He says tariffs are down to 18% and, crucially, that India has promised to stop buying Russian oil. But if you look closer, the story is completely different. Did the US actually force India's hand? Or did Washington just realize they were fighting a losing battle? Today, we are decoding the new US-India trade deal, what's actually in the fine print, and why this moment proves the global balance of power has officially shifted. First, let's look at the numbers. The US has agreed to slash tariffs on Indian goods down to 18%. Just weeks ago, US officials were threatening rates as high as 100%. They called India a laundromat for Russian oil and demanded a total stop to energy imports from Moscow. Trump claims this new deal achieved exactly that. But here is the catch. According to experts, India hasn't actually signed anything banning Russian oil. The commitment appears to be vague verbal assurances, not a binding treaty. And those promises to buy more American? Analysts say they look a lot like repackaged agreements that were already in the pipeline long before this crisis.
So, why did the US drop the tariffs without getting a hard commitment on the biggest issue? To understand this, look at the timeline. Days before this deal, India signed a massive trade pact with the European Union. While Washington was issuing threats, New Delhi was busy securing trade routes with the rest of the world, re-engaging with China and strengthening ties with Africa. The consensus? The US blinked. The White House realized their leverage was near zero. If they pushed too hard, India would simply shift more trade to Europe and the BRICS nations. As economists point out, antagonizing one of the world's fastest-growing economies served no American interest. The threat of losing the US market isn't the weapon it used to be. This is the key takeaway. India stood its ground. It refused to sacrifice its energy security, kept buying oil where it wanted, and the US still came back to the table to cut a deal. With India holding the BRICS presidency, this sends a massive signal to the global South. You can negotiate with the West on your own terms. So, is this a masterstroke or a compromise? The reality is, it's a pragmatic reset. The US accepted that 18% is better than nothing, and India kept its independence. What do you think? Did the US get played, or was this a smart move by Trump? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.